Well, good day, folks, and welcome to another edition of Lumberjack Logic. I am your host, Neil Johnson, excited to be with you and share the news with you. It does appear things are steadily coming to a close in the Georgia Senate race. Herschel Warnock is done, and I'm going to show you why, in spite of everything they've done, how more information is coming out, and I will show you an absolute new bombshell. Before I do that, I want to thank my sponsor, MyPillow. Go to mypillow.com and use promo code Lumberjack, and you can save up to 66% on the pillows, the slippers. I'm wearing them right now. These things are awesome. The sheets, the Giza sheets, they'll change your life. I'm telling you, go try some of those products, and you will love them. MyPillow.com, promo code Lumberjack. Into the news. In the state of Georgia, where they have attempted to smear, defame, and destroy Herschel Walker. Who's they? Well, the mainstream media, not in partnership with Herschel Warnock, but Herschel Warnock is running away from the story because he knows it's just spurious allegations. And he doesn't want it to come out in the end is not true and then show that he supported the claims. So going on in the Georgia Senate race, they had done all of this. And what had happened, I'm going to give you a CNN headline from October 12th. New poll finds Georgia Senate race remains unchanged after allegations about Walker. So their story is centered around, hey, we launched all these allegations at Walker, but no change in the polls. It's actually not. It's even worse than what CNN wanted to report. So if I look at the Real Clear Politics polling averages right now, and I can go back in the history, at the time that this claim was launched, Warnock was enjoying leads of +4, +3, +12. That's obviously an outlier poll. +3, +2, +7. Currently, in the last little bit of time, since these allegations have come out, the spread has fallen to Warnock +1, +1, +2, and tie. Okay, Herschel is closing in, and I'm going to show you why, because people are getting uncomfortable with Warnock. We have a new bombshell in the Warnock issue. But also, Herschel Walker's strong debate performances dramatically helped him in his run for the Senate in Georgia, where he said that Warnock should be baptizing instead of aborting babies. And if Black Lives Matter, then why isn't he trying to save the black babies who are dealing with higher rates of abortion than their white counterparts, and so on? Herschel Walker was great in that debate. But here we go. Let's get on to the news here about what's going on with Warnock and why, and this will destroy him. People share this everywhere because this guy is no good. He's polished, he's smooth. He is a pastor, okay? So he does speak in front of crowds all the time. But listen to this. Warnock's church, this out of the Washington Free Beacon, Warnock's church tapped one of the nation's leading eviction filers to manage the low-income apartment. That's right. Columbia Residential ranked in the 98th percentile of corporate evictors in 2021. This is wild. Few corporate landlords sought to evict more residents in 2021 than the company Senator Herschel Warnock's church partnered with to manage its low-income apartment building. So basically, Warnock's church acts like a slumlord. Then they hire the leading evictor of people. In fact, evicting people who don't even owe $100 in back rent and aren't even 30 days behind, as reported in the previous video. Okay, Columbia Residential manages 49 apartments in the Atlanta area, including Columbia Tower at MLK Village. This is the Warnock Church, Ebenezer Baptist Church. This is what they own, where Warnock serves as senior pastor. Now listen to this. Out of 1,587 corporate landlords across the country, only 30 filed more eviction lawsuits in 2021 than Columbia Residential records show. The property management company filed 605 eviction actions against its residents in 2021, according to a data set cited by House Select Committee on the Coronavirus Crisis Chairman Rep. James Clyburn, Democrat of Georgia. He didn't realize that this was going to be used against Warnock, okay? As Warnock's opponent in the upcoming Senate race, Herschel Walker has seized on this storyline, highlighting the evictions and squalid conditions at the building. Warnock has sought to distance himself from Columbia's aggressive eviction practices. So this is, I don't know. He told reporters on Tuesday that he has no involvement in the day-to-day matters and said, despite evidence to the contrary, that the evictions have been carried out at the apartment building, that no evictions have been carried out at the apartment building. So he is claiming no evictions carried out. And if you remember, Herschel Walker then did a press conference the following day after the debate with the eviction notices and said, hey, I'll pay the evictions. I mean, they're so small. The amounts of money are so small, people. It's ridiculous. Anyways, in fact, 15 eviction lawsuits have been filed against residents of the building since the start of the pandemic. One for $28.55. That's right, in past due rent. Fulton County marshals have carried out 2 court-ordered writs of possession at the property since 2020, and one resident accused the building in September of changing his locks and temporarily evicting him without notice. Now, people, I understand if people don't pay their bills, they can get evicted. But these are from the very people who say we don't even have a right to property, and it's just property when people break into your house and destroy things. So why would they be evicting people? In fact, does Ebenezer Baptist really even own the building? I mean, can they claim ownership to a building? Is it somehow on indigenous lands that they... Come on, okay? They're so hypocritical. But listen to this. Some dispossessory notices filed against residents of the building during the pandemic were ultimately dropped, but only after residents paid penalties far greater than their monthly rent. Okay, this is usury. I think the Bible talks about that, Raphael. Anyways, Philip White, for example, told the Free Beacon he had to pay $325 in fees before Columbia Residential dropped its attempt to evict him in September 2021 for $179 in past due rent. That's right, $325 in fees for $179 in past due rent, plus the $179. Columbia Residential has accelerated its rate of filing dispossessory notices in 2022. The company has filed 613 eviction actions in court against residents in 39 of its Atlanta-based properties so far this year, 318 of which remain open as of Sunday. Now, here's the kicker, though. I mentioned this before, but Ebenezer Baptist pays Warnock $7,417 per month as a tax-free housing allowance, people. Columbia Residential founder and CEO Noel Cawley, who led the company until his death in October 2021, donated $14,000 to Warnock's 2020 Senate campaign and runoff, according to the Federal Election Commission records. Warnock's church owns 99% of Columbia Tower through a network of shell companies linked to a charity it controls, which identifies Warnock as its principal officer. The Georgia Secretary of State's Securities and Charities Division launched an investigation into Ebenezer's charity on October 12, seeking to discover why it has been operating in the state without registering with state authorities. People, this stinks to high heaven. Share this information. Raphael Warnock is a wolf in sheep's clothing. And Herschel Walker is going to win that. This race, with your hard work, those of you in Georgia, is winnable. And I know you're going to have to overcome some stuff down there. You are going to have to bring your friends. You are going to have to vote in mass. You are going to have to register people. Get out there and vote like you've never voted before and get your friends to the polls and win. We need to win. Please remember, if you're new to the channel, do subscribe and do support the sponsors. They support the show. All links are in the description. And remember, mypillow.com, promo code Lumberjack will save you up to 66%. Thanks so much for listening. Love y'all. Peace out.